Welcome back to Life Strategies on Demand, looking at 1% better every day, installment number 3. Kaizen is a term that has very much been adopted by the self-improvement crowd, and that is popular among everyone who hopes to become happier, fitter, wealthier, and wiser. But it began as a business term, and understanding its roots in this way can go a long way to helping us grasp the concept and better apply it to our own lives. And if you happen to run a business, then of course you'll find all of this useful for its own merits. That said, the self-improvement crowd has also somewhat applied a little artistic license to the way it uses Kaizen. In many ways, self-help books tend to oversimplify Kaizen, while others misinterpret some of the core concepts. Kaizen is all about focusing on the minutiae, on making small changes that add up to big differences. But whereas many self-help books tell you that this translates to flossing your teeth a little every day to ingrain new habits, that isn't actually anything to do with the original meaning of the word. That isn't to say that this advice doesn't have merit. We will be discussing all types of Kaizen in this series, but by addressing the strictest business interpretation first. We will understand the official version, which just so happens to also be extremely powerful and often overlooked. In business, in its original context, Kaizen has been generally broken down into two separate terms. The first is flow Kaizen, and then the other is the process Kaizen. In flow Kaizen, the approach looks at a value stream. This might be a whole workflow in which the organization can look for different opportunities to improve the process. If you imagine a large production line that involves several stages, while making a tiny change at each step of the way won't seem to have a big impact on its own when taken as a whole, all those tiny improvements can potentially have a huge result. Whereas process Kaizen, on the other hand, is the concentrated improvement of a single process. That means looking at one step and making constant small improvements to get it to the point where it is the best it can be. Kaizen is also often described as being bottom-up, meaning that you start by looking at the most fundamental levels and making small changes there. You can potentially improve every aspect of your business by cleaning the floors. Why? Because cleaner floors mean fewer accidents and happier staff. That leads to more efficient storage and retrieval. That leads to more funds left over and happier customers. That leads to more morale and more research and development. The result is better products and a better brand image.